Well, hello there, Apple Biteies. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from Fanfair 2020. And we wanted to get to the nitty-gritty of stuff here, so we're talking to
Sari Tsujimoto.
And we are going to get to the bottom of this. What started this? How long have you guys been doing it? And, you know, it's a Comic-Con in a high school, so what are you going to tell us?
So my daughter applied for this school 3 years ago. My father-in-law, Neil Adams, was also an alumni of this school. And as you may or may not know, that Art and Design High School is the only school in New York State that offers cartooning as a CTE major. And what that means is, as a vocational school, you can leave this school career ready. You will be well advanced in cartooning, animation, graphic design, and all the majors that we offer here, far more than your first year of college. So you're way step ahead than anyone else. Plus, we have a huge internship program here, the largest in New York City. So when my daughter had been accepted, I came to the first PTA meeting. I met the president at the time, Miguel Chavez, who is my co-founder for the show. And I was just like, so why the heck does this school not have its own Comic-Con? It's been here for 80 years. It's never had a show like this. What can we do to remedy that? And he looked at me and he was like, his eyes went big, and I don't think any of us knew what an undertaking this has been. So it's been 3 years now. This is our 3rd show, and we've been growing double in size every year. So last year we had Art Spiegelman,
I remember,
Neil Adams, and Chrissy Felmuth. So many great guests from animation and cartooning, graphic design, and the first year we had great guests like Mike Holmes from Adventure Time, and how did we pull things from a hat at this point? It's not terribly great. Oh, and Dan Parent from Archie. So we've had some growing pains, as most shows do, as we have not expected the popularity of our show, but we specifically wanted for Fanfair to be not just another Comic-Con. We wanted the show to focus on art education, pop culture art education. All the money that we raise here goes to the PTA and all its initiatives like college trips, the art supplies for the kids. You know, while it is publicly listed on the DOE site, the reality is that not many people know 57% of our students are in economic need. That means temporary housing, foster homes, or in public assistance. And for artists out there, you know that art supplies are not cheap. They're not cheap. With art stores slowly dwindling away because of the advancement of technology, you know, we're still teaching some traditional styles, because you have to start sometimes traditionally to understand the fundamentals of how you build things and then go digital. Colors, shapes, light. There's some things that, yes, you will have to translate digitally, but you have to really get your fingers in it and understand how life works, right? How pen is to paper, the pressure, the indications of line, you know? And that's just sometimes something that you don't always, people don't always appreciate.
Right.
So, you know, it's been a crazy 3 years. A crazy 3 years. You know, this is the first time I'm sitting down today. It's now 3:30.
Sounds about right.
I've been up since 4:30. I know. Just picking up food and donations and bringing them to the school and setting up, and it's a trip. It's a trip.
We feel you. We do these cons all the time. It's just a labor of love.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
And one of the reasons we wanted to do this is because, you know, we have such connections to the school, because, you know, Lou is Alu's son is a student here in the school. Two of our members are alumni from the school. My brother came to the school as well. So we have all these connections. We were like, we need to cover this because I feel like this needs to be shown and people need to come and check out Fanfair and support because this is the future of the industry.
Absolutely, absolutely. And when you were in school, did they have anything like this?
No. When I was in school, they didn't have anything like this.
It's me and 6 other crazy parents. Just like we put in about 5 months of our own time into this, nights and weekends. We meet every Tuesday and we go over all the steps. And even with all that planning, there's things you miss and things you don't think of. And, every year I'm learning something, which is one of the reasons why I enjoy it, because it keeps me relevant in the industry, because there's some things, I've been doing cons for 10 years with my father-in-law, right, on and off, and there was a point for about 3 years I did 27 shows in a year. There was about a good 6-week period in the summer I never went home because I was on the road. And after I left and I was just totally tired of it, by the time my daughter came here, I was like, I'm gonna give back. I gotta give back because Neil wouldn't be anywhere without this school because he didn't go to college. This was his education. He owes everything to this school. Sacrificing a few months to raise X thousands of dollars for the school. I mean, this is the school's biggest fundraiser. Last year we raised $20,000. The year before that we raised $12,000. This year we're so far exceeding expectations. We're thinking it might double again this year. So again, all that money goes right back to the kids. All that money goes to fund programs to get guests here. And the week following Fanfair is the introduction to Career Week. So we have additional guests coming just for the students, one-on-one time to do explanations of every single major.
Nice.
So again, this show funds so much of the school's activities. So I want to take a moment to thank everyone that does come, attendees, guests, sponsors, because the reality is that we couldn't do this without you. It means a lot for the kids.
It's just amazing. I give you credit for being able to pull all this stuff together. Again, putting a con together is not easy. As many cons that we've seen, as much behind the scenes stuff that we see, we know that stuff happens, that stuff doesn't go as planned, that there's just a lot of stuff happening. And the more help you actually get, the more people volunteer, the more people donate stuff, the more people, it actually helps out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. For most shows, they partially nonprofit or donate a certain amount or fully profit shows. This is 100% fully funding the school. The dollars don't go anywhere else. And nonprofit or not, I respect all those who put their time into this sort of event planning because it is constant pulse checking and I don't recommend it for the faint of heart. I do not. I can't tell you. I started this show this year with 26 volunteers. You know how many I left? 7. I had 7 left on the planning committee because, again, it's not for the faint of heart. It is so much involved in it. Contracts. I write the contracts. I send them out. I set the schedules, and you have to be do so much multitasking, especially when you're doing it for a small organization like this one. Because again, it's all parents. And props to the fudging parents at this school who are just like, "What's cosplay? Good for you. Good for you." I've seen some costumes down there. I'm like, oh my god. And when I first started 10 years ago, I kind of started seeing the costumes. It was there, and then it's just boom, and the cosplayers are like guests and things like that, and it's through watching, seeing some videos online, educating myself on that, and going to the fashion department here and just being like, you must have students that are interested in costuming.
It makes sense, yeah.
Right, and one of the contestants here, she's so talented. She's a fashion major here at this school, and she does such elaborate pieces. I will be disappointed if she doesn't win this year. And it's, you know, I never got the cosplay before, but I respect it now because I've seen some of the pieces that come out and what's involved. I saw the same girl I was talking about. I saw her down there gluing leaves, hot gluing leaves to her costume because last year she came late, so she couldn't participate. So this year she was just like frantically putting it together. I was like, props. I'm an art collector. I don't really draw that much, you know. I that's my sort of little fandom in it, but good for her. That's like real active, hands-on. I love this, and you know, while I probably won't cosplay in the future, that's not gonna be my thing. I've learned something new, but you know, we can say that about many of the wonderful guests and participants of this school.
It is amazing how much talent, how much, when we do the circuit and when we talk to people, there are a lot of people that we interviewed that are from art and design or have come here, they've started here and they've moved forward. And, you know, this place has actually created or helped create a lot of talent that is out there. So if our audience out there, or if anybody who's watching this out there wants to help, wants to volunteer, wants to maybe even be a vendor, they want to have some kind of interaction with this incredible show, where do they go? What can they do?
You can go to FanFairnyc.com. We have a contact list. Because of how we're uniquely structured as part of the school, we only start the planning in September. We're not ready with dates like as soon as this weekend's over, right? Right. They're ready to go. Exactly. Gun holstered. We lose parents every year because their kids graduate. Exactly. So we know come September who our staff's going to be or not. And then we start the planning with the school because then we have to do the permits and everything. So just sign up on our site, fill out the contact form. We'll keep you involved in our newsletter, and we'll announce when the table rentals are ready, volunteerships are ready, and you know, just we'll let you know.
There you have it. Do yourself a favor, because we've been walking around this place and it's been interesting to see the parents of the art and design students, the art and design students themselves, the people who are coming to check this place out, the vendors who are in there, the writers, the artists. You know, we saw Bob Camp. We actually did a nice little interview with him in there. It's incredible what you can find, what you can see. And, you know, you want to support stuff like this because, you know, this is the future of everything we're in love with. So do yourself a favor, check out Fanfair, check out their sites, support, you know, do something.
Or donate. You can donate straight to the Art and Design PTA or straight to the school if you want. It doesn't even have to be money. You have art supplies, you have time you want to give to do portfolio reviews or talk to the students. They won't say no. They just have to make certain arrangements, but we're totally open to all kinds of participation and donations. So
there you have it.
Thank you, everybody.
And this is Written with Ralph signing off. And come on, take a bite out of Fanfare.